So this situation is old news, but I do want to react to this clip because there's a lot of BS going around social media. I encourage you to do things like this. But I want to show a real life example where a family was broken and torn because of someone's selfish actions. And it's a worthy discussion, especially for men to see. So let's get into it. So for those of you who don't know about this situation, this individual is Ned, and he's from the YouTube group The Try Guys. Long story short, Ned was married to this woman that you see on the screen right now. However, right now they're currently separated because he slept with one of his subordinates and has been cheating on his wife with his subordinate for a long time. When his colleagues and his fellow partners found out about what he had done, he immediately got kicked out of the Try Guys. On top of that, went into extreme marital problems with his wife, and his career basically went down the drain. But, you know, with all that happening, time has passed. Happened about like maybe 2 years ago, and now we're here. Fast forward, the two recently did a podcast together where they had a very intimate discussion, and judging by her reaction, it's not healing. Like I said, they're going on through a separation. We're going to react to this clip, so let's react to it.
It's been complicated for a while. I mean, we are still friends. We have children together. We go on trips together.
Right.
Like, you know, there's a spectrum of being together, not together.
Right.
Like there's ways in which we're together, but it's like the way that everyone wants to know, like, are you guys still like an item? Are you guys still a couple? Like, no. We really haven't been at all this last 3 years.
No, we haven't.
Like, there's moments when we kind of tried, but just because you go to a Taylor Swift concert together doesn't mean that you're, you know, that all is forgiven and you're
No, like, people ask me, like, do you forgive Ned for what he did? And I mean, the answer is no, absolutely not. How can you forgive somebody for lying to you, for cheating on you? No. I don't even, sorry, I saw red for a minute. It's like, no, the answer is no. But also I feel like forgiveness isn't the goal at this point. You know, we've been together for a long time, and you are the father of my two beautiful children, and we know each other really well, and I you know, we've worked through a lot of stuff, and the fact that I can be around you and still like have a good time and like enjoy spending time with you and enjoy spending time with my kids, like, I think that's a win.
Looking at this clip, I want you guys to pay attention to the hurt of the woman. What you guys need to understand about this situation, right, is that the whole course of this whole Try Guy stuff, this individual named Ned always spoke about his wife. He always bragged about the family, and everything to do with his family and his wife were a big deal.
My wife, 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 my wife.
In short, these two were strong. They were like unstoppable together. They were literally a power couple that people saw, and there was trust. But naturally, when this individual then went to sleep with someone, and his life immediately went down the drain because of him sleeping with the subordinate, who, by the way, she was also engaged to somebody. You know, not only did he lose his job, not only did his career go down the drain, but I think the most significant thing is that his family broke. You see the wife's reaction. You see how, even to this day, the trust is not there, and she really does not like this guy. Additionally to that, What ends up happening is that there's this happy family who's being split apart. You know, they're going to be separated. And yes, they're both going to be in their children's lives, but the family is just not there anymore. What used to be a very lovely couple is now lost in history due to this man's mistake being exposed. Now, why I wanted to point this out is because there's a lot of discussions online about how it's okay for a man to cheat. And you see a lot of BS alpha males tell you that this is the way. And as a Christian, I'm here to show you these examples of men who have messed up and their life has went down the drain, not to laugh at them, but to show you that this is the consequences of cheating. This is the consequences of not controlling your lust. This is the consequences of not valuing what God has put in front of you, but instead valuing what your flesh wants, which is to sleep with other people. I'm not here to say that the male experience is an easy thing. I think as soon as a man gets in a committed relationship that's designed by God, naturally what happens is the devil comes to attack. I've spoken about this in many different videos, but if you're new here, I'm going to talk about it again. What ends up happening when you're in a relationship that's designed by God, or you're in the fiance stage where you're about to get married, or heck, when you're even married, the devil comes to attack your relationship a lot more quickly. And one of the ways he attacks it with men is this lust. And a lot of people will make this joke where it's like, oh, how come is it when I'm in a relationship, all of a sudden all the women want me more and women are DMing me and this, and the third? Is because it's demonic influence. It's demonic influence. I'm not here to say that those women are bad women. I'm not saying that they're demonic, but naturally speaking, the devil will always try to separate something that is designed by God. And we already know marriage is designed by God. So when we see the situation with Ned and him getting involved with his woman and stuff like that, naturally speaking, we have to understand that cheating is never a mistake. There's always a thinking process. There's a hiding process. There's a manipulating and gaslighting process. And there's a discussion and secret thing behind it. When people say cheating is a mistake, it's definitely not a mistake. There is a lot that has gone into it. And because a lot has gone into it, your integrity as a man, your trust, your class, your suave, everything goes down the drain. It even says in the Bible that when you're a man who indulges in these things, naturally speaking, your value goes down, and rightfully so. You are meant to protect your marriage like it is a child. That is something that you're meant to do automatically, or your healthy relationship. Automatically, you are meant to protect it. However, if you're going out, stepping out and cheating on your partner, or entertaining other people, or using your eyes to lust, which by the way, the Bible says that even looking at another woman is cheating because it's still you imagining doing crazy stuff with that woman. You're not protecting your marriage. You're allowing the door to be open for these thoughts to linger in. And it'll always start with looking. The devil will tell you looking isn't bad. And they will start with talking. Talking to this woman isn't bad. You're not allowed to talk to female people. Your woman can't be that insecure. And then it will go to meeting up. Oh, there shouldn't be nothing wrong. It's a work colleague. And then it will be a kiss. And then there will be sleep with each other. Then it'll be blah, 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 blah. Man, we have to make sure that we look at our relationships with the highest form of respect and not think that cheating is normalized. I don't care what all these alpha male influencers say. I don't care what these high value males say. Cheating is never going to be acceptable. Not for anyone on this channel, not for me, not for people around me. We have to hold ourselves to a higher standards and not allow ourselves to fall because of things like this. We even see in the Bible that there's a lot of men who have fell due to lust and cheating and things of that nature. Naturally speaking, if it happens to them, it's going to happen to you. Nobody gets away with this scot-free, right? And there will be nothing out there better for you than what God has designed for you. The devil will constantly try to manipulate men into thinking that it's just sex, but it's more than that. A lot of things come out of that. A lot of consequences come out of that in terms of STDs, consequences, trust being broken family, children being confused, all things of that nature. Why would you throw that all away for a 1 minute pleasure, 2 minute pleasure, however long, instead of a whole lifetime of love and partnership? You see, what's happening to this individual now, especially to the wife, is heartbreaking because it hurts her more than anything. She's still going through that pain, and he's processing how he could have done something to that. But as the dust clears, where's the woman that he cheated with? Nowhere to be found. You know, all the people who are hiding the secret from him, nowhere to be found. At the end of the day, he's faced with the damage that he's caused, and he can never take that back. Some women are easy to forgive. I think that's a very beautiful thing, but I also do think there should be a kind of self-respect for men to hold men accountable as well. Because 9 times out of 10, when people do cheat, they are most likely to do it again. I make this video to show you guys how a broken family looks after cheating and how hard it is to recover from that. And all the more reason for you to make sure that you control your lust. Pornography may seem innocent right now, but you're going to be married one day. And if you keep looking at things like this, you're more likely to cheat. You just looking at other women is going to make you end up cheating at one point too. It's bigger than just being attracted to someone or just having a wandering eye. These are things that can generally destroy you. Look how a man that used to be so on top of his game has lost everything. He's lost his career. He's lost his credibility. He's lost his relevance. He's lost his means to provide very well. He's lost his family. This guy has nothing left. And it could easily be you as well, right? I don't want to see anyone in this kind of situation. I don't want anyone's badass friends convincing them that it's not a big deal. We have to do better as men at making sure that we are protecting our relationships, protecting our family, make sure that we are marrying correctly, and make sure that we are holding ourselves into a higher standard of being disciplined. I'm not saying that, you're going to just get over it overnight. I know there's generally men who are trying and are actually losing their minds because they keep failing. But please keep trying to control your lust. You never want it to get out of hand. You never want your flesh to destroy your whole future. It's sad what's happened to this situation, but this is another example. And I'm going to keep covering more examples of men who have let their lust get out of control and as a result destroy their family and stuff like that. Because the reality is, I think there's a reason why society is messed up and women have trust issues and men have trust issues, because people are broken, people are hurt, people have experienced all these type of situations where their trust has been betrayed, and a lot of darkness has happened amongst the world to the point where people don't even believe in marriage. And when people don't believe in marriage, women are unprotected. When women are unprotected, children are unprotected. When men don't look after women properly, naturally speaking, men start to hate women. And well, that's why we're in the dark times that we're in right now. But that doesn't, just because that's happening outside doesn't mean that has to happen with you. Change has to start from one person, even if it's a small group of people. And what I'm trying to grow here is men that hold themselves accountable, men that do right by their women, that do right by their family, or work towards being right for that moment. Even if you're single right now, it's never too early for you to start destroying the lust, so that when you're in a relationship, you can be a better man, you can love your woman properly, and you can stay committed to your family. Relationships, healthy relationships, marriages and stuff is no joke. There will be a lot of trials and tribulations, and lust is definitely one of the killer ones. A lot of people fall because of lust, especially men, and I would hate for that to happen to you. So hold yourself accountable. Make sure you're staying away from all these evil dark forces like lust and stuff like that. Walk away from it. Start training now so that you're better for your family, and don't let this be normalized, in whether it be by pornography or your friends, whatever it is. Hold yourself to a higher standard. Do not cheapen your value by going and falling into these demonic traps. But what do you guys think about this whole situation? Do you agree with what I have to say, or do you have another perspective? Regardless of the case may be, show some love in the comments, like and subscribe. And with that being said, God bless, take care, and I'll see you guys next video.